Okay, very good morning, everyone. Welcome to our week third training program on digital literacy. We welcome all of you. So, today's topic and today's week is dedicated on diving deeper into technology and walking through the Microsoft important tools, and we'll understand about digital productivity mindset. So, our today's topic, based on that, is Introduction to Information Technology. Now, as an IT engineer, I myself is IT engineer and I'm really excited to discuss about today's topic with all of you, with all the experience which I have got here. So introduction to IT, we'll talk about how this IT evolution has take place. We'll talk about what's the different future of IT industry and what is exactly IT industry. Many people thinks that okay, IT industry we have to only do the coding. No, that's not only true. IT covers a lot of things, and today the actual definition, meaning, and understanding of IT industry we all will understand. And it is not like this skills which we are going to learn is only helping me in joining the jobs of IT industry. Not like that. IT industry, if you start working on understanding about IT and ITES, it is going to help you out in your future skills. So that's the reason this is a part of our skilling project. And today, the introduction part, we will be trying to explain you each and everything. So we will also discuss about why this sector is booming in India and how they are shaping the economy of India. That's the most important. The Indian contribution to GDP is highest, 51%. IT industry is giving it. So major cities like Bangalore, Pune, Hyderabad, Noida, Gurgaon, uh, Pune, and all these different places are contributing a lot for these things. So by end of the session, I think you will have a comprehensive understanding of IT role in different sector, how to leverage Microsoft tools and enhancing our skills in this entire session. So the this particular week we are going to target on the advanced topic because the previous 2 weeks we discussed about the basics of digital literacy. We spoke about what is networks, what is hardware, what is software. We also discussed about the role of digital citizenship, right? And this week is little advanced topic. We'll talk about IT industry. We'll talk about artificial intelligence. We'll talk about data science. We'll talk about coding. We'll talk about financial literacy. These are the important things we are going to talk about. And let's dive into today's topic. Today's topic is about learning the IT's roles in the industry and its relevance completely. So I wanted students to start making in take out your journal and in your journal you can write the first without understanding anything you can just write the definition of information technology, right? So as we know that information technology is the full form of IT. Now when we know about okay information technology is the full form, it comes with the two words, right? One is information, one is technology. What is the meaning of information? Information generally means that the information which received, the data which converts into a meaningful forms, that's kind of information for it, right? What is technology, right? The things which we do on the digital network with the help of hardware, that's computer software and networks with that this kind of combination, whichever things we do on the internet, whichever applications we build up, whichever software which we build up, whichever hardware components we're building up, this all comes under the technology. So these two things has to combine together, right? Let's understand first the proper meaning, then we'll understand about it. So you may write a definition about this, then I'll explain you about the true meaning of this. IT is defined as the use of computer hardware, software, and network to create, process, store, and transmit electronic data. Just make a bullet point on your journal notebook and understand this what is trying to we are trying to speak here. We already discussed about what is computer hardware. We discussed about what is software, what is network. right? To create, process, store, and transmit electronic data, right? Let's go one step back and try to understand once again. I told you the two different words, information and technology, right? Information, I told you about the regular information. For example, now when you talk to your friend, right, your colleague, your classmate, you talk to them, forget about any technology we are using. Okay, let's say tomorrow they have to bring something special in their lunch, right? How can you communicate to them? Either you go and tell him, you inform him that get something good for lunch tomorrow, or what is the other method you have got? One method I told you, you can communicate directly to him, right? Let's say the other student is in home. In this time, how can you communicate? You'll use the technology to communicate to them. You'll use the applications, let's say the WhatsApp. You'll use the application, something like the telephone communications. Anything which you are doing, you are contacting them through technology and you are sharing the information, right? That makes it information technology. For example, in the schools which we are all are studying in the school, I told you about information technology. If I go with this definition, we'll talk about create, process, store, and transmit information. Now let's say school has to communicate to all the students about there is a holiday on, let's say on Sunday, informing about the upcoming holiday. What a regular method is there without technology? The information how it can transmit. The method was the school used to write on the diary notes or print a circular and give it to the students, right? So that was one of the method how the communications has been reaching, transmission of communication. Now the same case is school is trying to maintain a record of all the attendance of the students. How they maintain it? Let's say they maintain without technology. I'm talking about. Let's say they maintain in a form of a register. Every day morning when you come to the school, you have the attendance registers are marking your attendance. Right now, these two things are happening in the manually. You are getting the paper printed for circulars, and you are getting a information in the form of a register. These two things are happening. Now, process example, your report card, your fees for all the students. How many students has not paid the fees? How many students has paid the fees? How many fees are pending? These all information how they calculate, maybe with the help of manual method, right? These are the things which is right now without technology it is happening. The informations are getting processed, informations are getting stored, informations are getting transmitted, right? And new informations are also getting created. Let's say new admissions happen in the school, the information they go and maintain in a admission register. But if the same process, if whatever the manual process, if you do the survey, you'll understand that how much time it takes for doing this creation. And there is no doubt a pros and cons are available, but there are informations. If you write in the register, you cannot get the information on a button click, right? So whatever we are creating, we are processing, storing, and transmitting the data is little impossible things when we are doing it with the help of manual method. Hence, technology comes into picture. And many of the school you have seen it that when a attendance form the students fill it, the school user is using the computer to upload the data, right? That's their photograph, their information. They use it. Or for report card, they may use technology. They use computer to calculate the marks, to generate the average, to see the classroom average. Even your board examination right now, the boards, the imagine when the CBSE board exam result is coming on the manual format, right? So things are using technology for communication, right? And for processing, for storing, for transmitting the information on a platform with the help of hardware, software, network. That's a part of the information technology. That's the school scenario. You have understood one thing that what is the manual method and what is with the help of technology we are sharing the information. That's a whole of IT. To make you understand about IT and ITES, one more example I want to share with you about the banking industry. Okay. Now, the same four words you can take it: create, process, store, and transmit. Let's understand this from the banking industry. Now, this is account opening register of a bank. Earlier days, traditional method was like this. Any people who goes to the bank, they have to enter with the help of traditional register. Now, for example, there one of the activity is like counting of money. They count it, right? The money calculations. At the end of the day, they have to calculate how much money is collected, how many money is given to the customers, how many money that's deposited, right? How many withdrawals are there. Likewise, any files, any things they are storing in a form of a bank based. You have got locker, and if any information bank has to share, they were using the transmission channels, like we go to the post office and they send in the form of an envelope. This was the process which was they were following it. Now, what is the changes happened here? Okay, let's try to understand this changes. It's very important for understanding this particular change. Now, in the form of create, the bank now opens with the help of technology. That means they use a website. The bankers has got a dashboard where they ask some information from you. They will do the KYC and they will open the bank accounts for you. Even for processing or for doing the calculation, they use this kind of counting machines to calculate, right? This is also the hardware and software they have used it. Somebody would have developed it. It's a different story altogether. We'll talk about that. For storing, nowadays they are using the servers to store all the transactions which a customer is doing it. Okay, they use a server instead of like the file racks. Many are still using they're in the hybrid mode. They're still using the half of the manual method, half of the online method. And any transaction alerts we get by method of SMS or in the mobile app, we get information. Right. So you can see that how the banking sectors are transformed. They have manual method earlier, now it is transformed. But who has done it? Is the bank has got a plan for doing it? Is the banking industry has done by their own? Okay, because see, the people who study for the bank. Okay, it is very important to understand this thing. When people study for the banking process, they apply for the job in the bank. Earlier days, I'm talking about. They were only focused on one thing, that how this accounting works. And how then this kind of technologies and other things has come into picture. There should be something which is outsourced thing, right? Means this is not from the bank side. They must have tied up with someone, and that's where IT enabled service comes into picture. ITES. Okay. So what they do is they tie up with the companies. Example, if I give you the one example of SBI Bank, which is the common bank for us, right? If we talk about the SBI Bank, what exactly it is happening in SBI, I'll just tell you. Okay. Now you can just read this article. Meantime, I'll just be back. You can read this article. I'll just be back. Right? I hope you have gone through this. I hope you have gone through this. Now, let us try to understand these things. So, what SBI has done in year 2001, when this entire transformation was happening, they tied up with the TCS. TCS is the IT company, right? Who is providing the consulting service to the any customer who approach it. So many things like the structures like you have got the banking solution. What was in register? They wanted to create an application. Not only TCS, the TCS alone cannot do the things. So bank has tied up with, let's say, HCL. They tied up with the companies like HCL, Mahindra, Tech Mahindra. There are many companies are there which is the partner of SBI Bank for supporting them in the digital transformation journey. These companies was doing it, they help in this example when you understand, they help them in the setting up the entire IT infrastructure. That means for the bank, they would have created uh, the complete website for them, right? Now people who are in the IT industry, they do the help for the other industries, right? So example, they understand the challenges what a bank is facing today, and they try to develop this kind of websites, right? Now they developed a mobile apps, they did a lot of things for the banks. Likewise, some hardware companies has tied up, they developed a solution for cash counting machines for the banks. The servers, the data, clouds is been supported by different company, mobile apps done by different companies, or it could be given the contract of one company, right? So for example, we talk about TCS, we talk about this is HCL. HCL is a latest news. Last year, the HCL software, the software business unit, today announced that it has been selected by the SBI for their March Tech solution as the SBI Digital Transformation Program. Right? So they choose these companies to help them and to support them in this transformation process. Right? And here the work of ITES comes into picture. Right? So what is the definition of ITES? So all these companies which you have given, given you the examples like TCS or HCL, or you can talk an example of Tech Mahindra. These all companies, there are many companies in India, but these companies are supporting this time the SBI. Likewise, we all have seen this Aadhaar card. Now government is also there. Indian government, they must be having, initially they don't have the IT cells initially, right? Normally they also hire the people for their in-house work, but when they require a large scale distribution, they go to the professionals. So they contact Infosys companies to help them in setting up the Aadhaar card enabled system. And the entire India, now every citizen has got the Aadhaar card, right? Now, who is doing it? Is it government of India is doing it, or it is getting it done by some of these companies, right? So when you go through this, you will understand that these companies are there who are IT companies are there who are supporting the different sectors in India. Plus, they are supporting the governments also in any requirement which they have got, right? So ITES refers to outsourcing process that requires IT for data management, such as customer service back office, operations, and data processing service. ITS integrates IT with business process to enhance operational efficiency. You got the point? So they already have got their own operation. In traditional way, they follow these methods. Okay. But with the help of IT companies or IT enabled service companies, what they do is they understand their process and design it with the help of IT infrastructure. Okay. And that's how the power of IT, and they provide a lot of things like the call center, the back office. I'm just giving example to companies like, I'm just giving example to you, let's say about the companies like Amazon, right? Now Amazon is the company which is a multinational company which is in foreign, right? Now we always purchase some items from them. We go to the website, we purchase some item, it delivered to us. And sometimes if item is not delivered right, we contact the customer care. Do we think that customer care is the company which is called, we are directly calling the Amazon office? Definitely not. We are calling, the Amazons are, there are companies who have got a skilled team who contact Amazon and tell them that we will handle your customer care service. We have 500 members, will handle it. Can you give us the contract? So Amazon trained these people and make them as a back office team. So if any people will call Amazon, these people help them in sorting out. So what happens is this kind of industry that, because the US India collaborations, a lot of things are happening. So these companies has got their back office in India because of the labor is skilled. All those things are the factor which is because of that reason it is happening, right? So I hope you have understood two things. What is the definition of IT? And what is ITES? Right? So IT, as I told you again and again, so we can go and create, store, transmit the informations. Likewise, ITES is the process using which your current business operations can be optimized and can be transformed digitally. So that ITES service are there. There are thousands of companies in India who provides ITES service today, and it is growing. Now, before understanding about in detail about which all companies are there and how they work and what is the future job opportunity for us, before that, it is important for every individual in India to understand about this IT evolution or IT revolution, I will tell. Okay, because this will give you the right mindset that why IT is important for every students or for every individual in the world, right? So let me talk about IT revolution. Like other revolution in India, we have got white revolution, we have got green revolution. You must have heard about it in your history chapter. If not, the white revolution was the production of milk, green revolution was the production of food. Because of all the epidemic which has happened in the country, these production was important, right? And India is now the supply chain of this milk production and the food production. That's why the white revolution and green revolution is so popular in India. Likewise, we are not talking more about the IT revolution which is taking place, which has saved the countries, right? India is world leader, maybe because of the influence of IT sector. And it shows with the current result. And that's the reason this revolution we all need to understand how it started. It started after the independence when government has created a team because that time India don't have the computer manufacturing. They don't have their everything they are exporting or importing from outside, out to different countries. Then in 1963 and 1966, there is a committee. That's a Bhava committee has been formed. Now this Bhava committee is mainly formed for the 10 years of working. In 1963, basically this form is this done, and 1966 to 1975 is the time when they were told about analyze that how India can be the production house, can be the manufacturing unit for what are things are required in India to make sure that own manufacturing plants can be set up, right? For computer parts, computers, assemble parts, lot of things, because earlier it was too costly to get all those things, and they started from there. And it was a very important community. This was the main base for this IT revolution because they thought about this entire thing, and it was headed by Homi J. Bhabha, right? And he aimed to establish a strong foundation for electronics and computer manufacturing in India. Ultimately, it leads to the India's first computer setup and manufacturing units. Later, because of this committee, through this committee, there was one more instance happened in 1968, which we all need to understand. The India's first IT industry and IT company was set up, right? That was set up by the with the kind of advice of Fakir Chand Kohli, and it was asked by the JRD Tata to set up the Tata Consultancy Service, right? Now, Tata Consultancy Service is India's main point of IT industry setup because today, as on today, if I talk about that time in 1968, this was done, but today, Tata Consultancy Service in the last year, if I talk about 2024, they had like 240,893. That was the in crores, right? So 2 lakh 40 crores is the revenue which they reported. And not only the Tata, but nowadays the Infosys, the HCL, Wipro, India-based companies, they are all setting up this kind of mark. TCS, that time they started with the limited employees, but now it has got more than 6 lakhs employees and it is in entire country. It is operating in almost like 150 location and approximately 46 countries. This has got the mark. So I was trying to tell you is 1966 the committee formed, 1968 the foundation of PCS has happened, And slowly there is in the Mumbai, the setup of SIPS. That's a complete Santa Cruz electronic equipment export unit has been formed there. From there, when the export started, it was in the somewhere in between 1973. Ultimately, after that, the companies like TCS, Infosys, HCL for manufacturing computer, Wipro, Tech Mahindra, these are the Indian companies has set up there, right? And they were doing a big things in the market. They were setting up and started setting up and understanding what is the importance of IT industry. Main reformation is happened in 1991 by our former Prime Minister, Mr. Manmohan Singh, who was that time. He was the finance minister of the country, and he has planned out this LPG reform. Now, you must have heard in the history that about the liberalization, privatizations, and it is about the globalization reforms, which is significantly impacted the India for the competitive world, and it has opened the doors for and it has created a new gate for India to connect to the global market. That means Indian goods can be exported outside. Indian can export outside items, and outside items can be also the Indian market is open for the global world. So what happened after that? Lot of outside companies wanted to have the Indian workforce to work for them, and from there the transformation started because India was almost going into bankruptcy during that time. And that was the era when this all thing happened, and the setup of customer care, right? People have started working on computer. People are getting skilled by the foreign companies. They have come into picture and they told about, okay, so we are doing the services for the people and you can support us in the back office and the customer centers, and so many things has been set up, right? BPO industries has been set up, like business process outsourcing. And nowadays, you can see that India has major IT parks in the different countries, different states in India. It starts with the starting foundation was in Mumbai, and then it has gone into the Bangalore. Bangalore is called as a Silicon Valley of IT park, and all these places. After Bangalore, it has gone to Hyderabad. It is there in the Pune. Um, it is there in the Kolkata. It is in the Noida, NCR. You have got Gurugram, right? All the places it is all available. Even in the Bangalore, which I can see, it is called as a number one having the IT hub in the country because as a report I'll tell you, the report has suggested that close to 67,000 IT companies are there in Bangalore. And most important thing is why it is all happened is also because of one of the important region that's opening up of this institution. That's the Indian Institute of Science, IISC. It is located in Bangalore, and it was established in 1909 with the vision of J.R.D. Tata with Mysore Maharaja and Government of India. They set up their first technical institutions, and because of this reason, the skilled force in Bangalore was high. The people were more skilled, and they adopted the change, right? So, hence, this all things are happening, and today, the situation is in the Bangalore itself, there are 67,000 IT companies and they are generating a lot of revenue. Other reasons of Bangalore to evolve is also because of the one of the Y2K disaster. It was happened in the software industry, the biggest disaster, where the need of workforce was required. The requirement of all the companies, all the banks, everybody wanted that we require a programmers to change our programming codes because there was a bug. Y2K was the big bug problem happened in the programming industry. All the sector which was transformed has come to a standstill, and hence this IT industry in the Bangalore has boosted up, and slowly it has gone into the different part of the country. A lot of people have started setting up their IT companies, IT setups, and they started doing the outsourcing activities like they get a projects from the foreign country, they become a multinational company, and they started supporting supporting the businesses, right? And there was a major collaboration between India and US has happened during this time, and it was working good because of this 12 hours of working hour timeline. And nowadays you can see that lot of, not only about the Indian company, but lot of companies from the worldwide are coming in India and setting up their offices. Whether we talk about Microsoft, we talk about Google, we talk about Adobe, we talk about SAP, we talk about Cisco, Siemens. Name of the companies are, I mean, so these all companies have set up their headquarters. They've set up their offices in India in different locations. And recently, this news was also there. Microsoft has recently acquired like 48 acres of land in Hyderabad for setting up their data center, right? So all these things are happening in IT industry. Why they are doing all those things? Because I told you the initially examples of the banks. Now banks require solution, digital transformation in the large scales. How it can happen? They will consult someone who can support them, right? Any company who wanted their any company who is growing, they wanted their support system to be taken care by different company, programming to be done by different company, testing to be done by different company. Different areas are there, and because of that reason, it is growing up. Future of IT industry, definitely the way it is growing, lot of scope in IT, but we all need to understand the few basic things which we need to learn. That means we need to have the the AI and machine learning is going to be a big boost in the IT industry. Cloud computing will be there. Cyber security is going to be a big need in the IT industry. Quantum computing is going to be emerging. IoTs is going to be emerging. The 5G, the blockchain, these are things which is going to be emerging. Now, one important diagram I'll show you with the experience. Many people talks about IT when they join the job of IT industry. It is only about the coding. No, that's not true. Because as I told you, the example of banking, there should be some team who should go and understand with the bank that what is your requirement, right? What is the current process you are following? What is the challenges you are facing in the current issues? So this entire process is called as a complete feasibility study and system understanding, requirement analysis. In this space, there is in IT today, there is a lot of job opportunities. The different people who are working only on this segment, who understand technology, who wanted to understand the problems of the people. Likewise, once the problem is understood, there are different teams who actually work on technical requirements. They analyze it, they design it. That means they design a complete. The designer teams are separate, which has got again a multiple categories. Okay, some people are the web designers, some people are the layout designers, some people are application designers, mobile app designers. There are multiple peoples are involved, and everybody has got different skills, right? So people who are in the designing field, they learn about designing. Likewise, development, where the coding also comes into picture. The people who do the coding activity, who design a product, and then after coding, after the product is designed, somebody required to test it, whether the product is good or not. And hence, in IT industry, the a lot of job opportunity when you see in the field of testing is also available. So testing people used to do it. There's a manual testing, the automation testing, system testing, whether it is supporting in that computer or not. Laptop it is supporting or not. Mobile phone this application will support or not. The testing team is there. There's a team for deployment and maintenance who can put on the cloud, who can see that cyber security team is there, who can work on the network and database. See, as I told you, IT itself is a broader subject which has got a multiple fields inside it. So people who understand about this IT will know that okay, there are approximately unlimited fields are there. What they require is skilled workforce. Okay, so how we can build up the skilled workforce? Definitely, building by the right mindset. Core digital skills are required. That means which we are learning today about the hardware, software, and things. We need to have a logical thinking in IT industry. We need to have project-based learning. We should have the industry connect for everything, because everything comes on right today, right? And we have to have exposure to industry thing. Now, what is the final message I wanted to give it to you? My final message to you is definitely the world of technology is exciting. It is ever changing and full of opportunities. So at this time, you are just starting at very right time. If I'm talking about the student's point of view, you are starting exactly on the right time. You don't need to be genius to know about IT codings and a lot of things. As I told you, it has got a broader spectrum. You just need to be a curious, consistent, and courageous, right? So you can start with the small, but start today. Every day you can explore what is there. You can start with creating the website, how to understand the requirement, how to solve the problem of the people, how to become a good communicator, how to become a good collaborator. The teamwork is important. Every skills which we're talking about 21st century is important for this. So hence we have to work on this important things, and the skill which you are going to learn now, like coding, thinking, collaboration, creativity, and all those things are not just for the technical jobs but for every future doctor, engineer, artist, teacher, entrepreneur, because everybody has to integrate technology tomorrow in their work area, right? Hence, IT plays a big role. That's the reason I have opted for IT branch, because we have to support many people with the information technology support. We can we can definitely, we are not just learning to use the technology, we are shaping the future with us, right? So this is the message for all of you. That means with IT, we can shape up the future of the country, right? So with that, students, we will stop now. Our next topic will be on AI and machine learning. We'll understand the fundamentals of AI and machine learning. But before we go to the AI and machine learning, the information technology, I hope you all have got the clarity that what is IT, what is ITES, how India's sectors are transforming with the help of ITES industry, what is business outsourcing process, and how these things are working together. And for the India's transformation, IT plays a big role. The GDP of the India is getting increased only with the help of IT. But the constraint is it requires IT changes every minute. The technology changes every minute. Only thing which is the ask from the IT sector is people should be adaptive. They should understand what is going on, how to adapt to the new technology. That's the key to success. And whichever fields we are going, we have to use this IT, right? So with that, we'll stop today. Thank you so much for joining. We'll meet up in our next session. That is on Monday on basics of AI and machine learning. Thank you so much.